Yo, let's go, everybody. Happy Monday. We are kicking off another week. It's great to be with you all. Thank you guys for joining us, especially those of you here live and early for the pre-show roll call. Jump in the chat wherever you're watching. We'll say hello, and then we'll get it started officially at the top of the 4 o'clock hour in about 5 minutes. We'll start on D Live, where I see Serpentine on, Kane, Chris, Salbor, and Bocephus out there as well. Good to see you guys over in the mosh pit. Good to see our friends on Rumble. I see Gizmo's mom out there. Good to see you, Gizmos. It's been a while. Ken Chris over there as well. And Joe Elaine, our super mod, holding it down. Appreciate you all. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Share that link as well. And of course, where most of the fam hangs out, pilled.net, the home of free speech, our little slice of internet heaven. Make sure you jump in the chat over there and say hello. And let's get it going. HL Paco, good to see you in there first day. We got Floyd, Due Diligence, of course. Welcome, Floyd. Lyle, Jenny, Packers 412. Good to see you guys both. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. D. Richard in the house. Lightsphere, Lance, great to see you. Delia checking in from Arizona. Always a pleasure, Delia. Hope all is well. Let's see who else is out there. Of course, Joe Elaine doing her mod thing over in the comfy bunker as well. We got Patriot 714. Great to see you. And Floyd with a cookie, a Margarita Monday cookie. Appreciate you, Floyd. Kane Chris. Kane Chris is in all of the places today. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, bud. Let's see. My man, 2A Freedom Rider, repping the 412. I like that sticker. That's good stuff. R. Harrell, welcome. Good to see you. And Joe Elaine says we need rain in Florida to dry fires are starting. Well, you could have all the rain and clouds and stuff up here in Pittsburgh, plenty to go around. You send us some of that sunshine, we'll give you all the clouds and rain. How about that? General Buford checking in from West Tennessee. Good to see you. Pip's mom over across the pond in Wales, UK. What's up, Pip? Barb Robbins in the house. Good to see you. Snow Bunny 68 as well. We got Jenker 2 out there. Aurelius Locke. Yeah, I know I was muted for a second. I don't know why. I don't actually think that time it was my fault. Normally I screw something up doing this little broadcast, but today I think OBS was messing with me. I had to toggle the sound on and off a couple times, but it seems to be working now. Let me know if we have any issues going forward. Star Angel 17, Tweety 52, Clover Lily out there as well. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us, kicking off your week. Mad Joker, Bong Hit 1, and Mama Bear Patriot out there. Eagle Freedom, good to see you. Lucy Anders, welcome. Soldier America. Who else? Boss in the house. Kaz 1012. The wedding is next weekend, Kaz. The wedding is next weekend, but thank you. And it should be a blast. Anytime I get together with all of my cousins up in Buffalo, we have a great time. Running Patriot, Glass Wanda. Good to see you guys both. Joella Grayson's out there. Space Cookie, good to see you. Q-Boys over in the comfy bunker. Love to see it. Loop the Loop checking in. Volume is low. Who else is having issues with my volume? This is gonna be one of those shows where everything just doesn't want to work right. Is that what's going to happen today? It is Monday. It's got those vibes already. We'll see. Let me know how I sound. Esther G13, good to see you. Off and on. I know who you really are. I was kidding. What's up, off and on? It's this lovely green screen. Yeah, been rocking the green screen look for a few weeks now. Everyone seems to really love it. Really, really love it. Listening with headphones, all good. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for more feedback. What's up, Jeff Den says hello, all from Canada. Good to see our friends north of the border hanging out with us today. Crockett Man 62 popping by. Good to see you. Cali Patriot. And Scrotum Sack says we're 5x5 on sound. Well, if Scrotum Sack says we're all good, then we must be all good, right? Good to see you, my friend. All of you guys checking in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Laura Y in the 412. Let's go. What's up, Laura? Good to see you out there. Guys, please, if you're watching on Pill, hit that red pill button, repost the show. If you're watching on Rumble or anywhere else, whatever kind of thumbs up or like indication you could give the platform, we really appreciate it. And yeah, share the links out there. Share them wherever you can. Grab them right off the browser, text them, post them, whatever you think will gain some traction. What's up, Jesse? 81138, Dave 75, DX. Good to see you all popping in. Yes, lurker lives matter. Shout out to all the lurkers out there hiding and just listening in. Appreciate you all attending and being here as well, even though I don't get to say hi to you because I don't know where you all are. Kimha, what's up, Kimha? Good to see you. Dude Jones has got my fur baby sleeping on my chest. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hope you guys are super comfy. And yeah, let's get this show underway, shall we? HB thy name. Good to see you as well. I'm going to launch the intro. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, guys. See you soon.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adol Nero is the power that's controlling the plight. With all the patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they can find. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only sending vibes to start lacing our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. Then you're gone, but not us. We're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Adol Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adol Nero.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Thank you guys for joining us for another installment of Deplorable Discussions. We're kicking off the week with a good one here. We've got an awesome panel, my OG crew, Tian Homesteader and Drunk Pinata, plus special guest today, Scott the Groat of Woke Societies, hanging out with us for the first hour and a half of the show today. Scott, how we doing, man? Welcome back.
Great to be here, man. We have plenty to talk about, that's for sure. I think Cohen, I don't know if the case is over, but Cohen did take the stand today. So I can't wait to jump into everything with you guys.
Yeah, I haven't been able to follow much of what's happening with Cohen or the case. So I'm going to lean on you all pretty heavily for that aspect of the show for sure. But definitely looking forward to laughing at that train wreck because he's
Yes.
absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's just keep going around the room here. Tian Homesteader, how you doing, bud?
I'm back. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah, Cohen following Daniels. What a wonderful 1-2 punch against the prosecution. And then on the heels of Trump and 100,000+ people in New fucking Jersey.
Let's before I bring in Drunk Pinata, because I didn't get a chance to see the rally. I was out of town this weekend. I was just there. I wasn't paying attention to much of anything, but I did see the crowd size, and it was absolutely breathtaking, to be completely honest, to see the crowd show up.
And officially, the police were saying that they would have been easily way over 100,000 if it included the people that are outside, inside the venue.
Yep.
Yeah,
which was nothing but an empty sandlot.
I saw everything from 80,000 to over 100,000. Like it's wild in Blue, New Jersey. What stood out to you guys? Anyone can jump in here. What stood out to you guys about the rally? Anything other than the crowd size? Was there any new rhetoric? Anything that he said was kind of different than?
You brought up cannibalism, which was kind of interesting.
Brought up cannibal.
Yeah.
What was it?
What context?
Hannibal Lecter. And
had him over for dinner.
The media took him out of context, and there's lefties out there that literally think that Trump now supports cannibalism.
Exactly.
He was making a joke. Clearly, anyone listened to it, he was making a joke, but you know how the media works. So.
Right.
I think he was trying to reference the whole Stormy Daniels thinking it was dinner.
See, and this is when somebody made a comment about that earlier today, put a post about it, anyways, and. You know, you have to take it into a context of, well, at least some people are thinking in the context of Biden talking about his uncle being eaten by cannibals. And then you have the whole thing about Haiti and the cannibalism cult or whatever, right? That's there and other things. And then you have the child eating, the baby eating through the, adrenochrome and all that kind of stuff. So there's some people that are saying that's kind of like there's a theme going on. But I don't think Trump was in there. What I interpret it as, which of course I always look things differently, but it's like, hey, the deep state is eating their own, so it makes perfect sense to call out cannibalism. And I think Trump should start out his own brand of fava beans.
That's pretty funny.
Well, he's already got the wine thing settled, so
yeah.
All right, cool. So cannibalism, that's like the new bloodbath hoax. Or what was the other one? There was the bloodbath hoax and there was
vermin.
The vermin, right? And then the emails from the Russians and the making fun of disabled people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the list is it's a roll of toilet paper and then some long.
It was a crazy rally, man. I covered it on Saturday, and it was, to me, it was a typical rally. Trump was on fire, though. He just did his thing. What I enjoyed most out of the thing is we cover all these events all day, every day, and the rallies are just an injection of motivation and morale boosting. And I think the crowd size, that was definitely the story, in my opinion, because Wildwood, that's a place I used to visit all the time when I was younger. For all the poor kids that couldn't go on nice vacations, we would go to Wildwood in New Jersey. Absolutely beautiful place. And watching that happen in Phil Murphy's backyard, I mean, because you had people from New York City, from Pennsylvania, you had people coming all over the place, and
Correct.
the unification for me, man, is the real thing, and it was so encouraging to see all those people there, and it's only going to pick up from here. So the momentum, we're in full swing, man, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of the summer is going to bring.
Yeah,
I think the venue was interesting because that's less than 30 miles from Biden's beach house.
Yes. Yes. I don't think that was by accident.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, the optics of that crowd can't be denied. I mean, the massive support he has, even in quote unquote blue areas of the country. And I caught enough to know that he's saying that they're going after New Jersey, they're going after Virginia, they're going after
New
York, and I don't know if they'll be successful in winning any of these states. There's a lot of hurdles to overcome in the way of the big cities, the amount of ballot box stuffing that goes on and whatnot. But I love that it's offense time. Instead of just considering those all lost ground, really going after and meeting the moderate to Democrat voters where they are, and getting in front of them, getting your messaging in front of them. I mean, I think that's really important. And while it might not lead to a victory in all those states this time, it starts to build momentum. It starts to change the conversation in those areas. And who knows, another election cycle or two, a lot of not just those states as a whole, with the senator and presidential races, but I think that can have major down ballot effects when it comes to the House of Representatives, the local and state governments. I mean, you can't just give up this ground and not fight for it just because it hasn't gone well for you in the past. So I love the shift in strategy, the shift in mindset, and I hope it's just all gas, no brakes from here on out when it comes to that. Like really, really, really push the issue in these blue areas, and make the Democrats fight for every blade of grass that they want to try to take. Don't give anything up. Make them use their resources playing defense so they can't invest it all into playing offense the way they've been able to in the past. So
yeah, well, I've seen now videos of, particularly from the Black community, from Illinois, particularly Chicago, from New York, we saw the construction workers, and now this in New Jersey. You got three major blue states there with the people basically saying we've had enough of the Democrats.
yeah.
Now it could be that cherry picking video type of concept, but you also then have Biden going out there and trying to do a fundraiser in California and being heckled by the pro-Palestinian crowd. You have Camel Toe trying to do campaign and do fundraiser. Now all of this, they're doing fundraising, and yet they're reporting that they're outdoing the Republicans, the RNC. That's what the media is saying, that the money that's going to the DNC outshines, in essence, outperforms the RNC. So why are they going out there and Camel Toe's out there trying to solicit $250,000 from the elite blacks? She's going after a meeting with and when I say the elites, I'm saying the business level and the entertainment level blacks.
Yeah, again, it's never any surprise to me that Democrats outraise Republicans because they're in bed.
No, but I'm saying, look at what they're focusing on. Meanwhile, Trump is surrounded by blue collar.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the average donation size to either.
Exactly. So there's a division, and then you have the issue of the border and the illegals that are flooding every nook and cranny of the country, and the ones that are suffering the most out of that are the inner city people, which is mostly black.
100%. Yeah, that's very, very true. All right, I want to get the drunk pinata here because he's got a little something that's from his show that he wants to share. So Pinata, happy Monday, man. I'm glad you're here today. And what's up? How was your show?
Pretty good. Over the weekend, we finally got a few more pieces of information as far as from their camp themselves, from their own mouths, that pretty interesting. So I think the best way to do this would be to show you what I found, and then when we get to the subject material for the show, I'll go into greater detail after we do sponsors and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so over the weekend, Lanny Davis went on to essentially you know, this it kind of gives you this show, obviously pure propaganda. This is Jen Psaki, one of their insiders. She always has on Andrew Weissman, Neil Katyal, all these people that are part of this Just Security or all these lawfare groups. So this to me, this is like the quarterbacking session that they do with like the pregame for the week. They're setting a tone for the week. And so they have Lanny Davis on here, and this is Michael Cohen's attorney, and he admitted a couple things that really put the charges that they had against Cohen into perspective. So previously, we had Bill Barr saying that there was a misapplication of the law, which is why he shut down the furtherance of any investigation into Trump. They said it was political. Now, it was political in one sense. It was political in the sense that the only reason they even started looking at Cohen was because of the supposed hush money payment. They said this could be a campaign contribution. All the experts, though, say that this is not a campaign contribution. This is not an in-kind campaign contribution. And I feel like they were overcharged. Bill Barr said he was overcharged. And then just today, we had Matt Whitaker, who was the acting attorney general at the time when this case was being prosecuted. And he even said it was a superfluous charge that was thrown in at the end. It wasn't even the genesis. It was the genesis for them to raid. It was the genesis for them to go after him. But once they put their finger in that pot, they found all these other felonies: bank fraud, wire fraud, tax fraud, including his wife was part of a loan. And so they always say, oh, sometimes they'll say, well, they brought in or he obtained a home equity line of credit just to pay off Stormy Daniels. That's not true. This home equity line of credit loan was taken out a couple years ahead of time. This is not something that he did. It was done fraudulently, but not including 14 million worth of debt that he had from his taxi medallion ownership. So he lied to the bank. It's crazy because it's practically exactly what happened or what they're accusing Trump of doing with the Letitia James Trump Organization business fraud case that he obtained a loan through fraudulent means. It's literally what Cohen did. And so they can't turn away. Once they found that, well, they threw in this charge at the last minute. And then there's another glaring issue with this case, which is there was a summary judgment essentially during pretrial motions. And we talked about this a little bit before, but if anyone hasn't heard this, the payments to Cohen were made through a personal account of Trump's irrevocable trust, which was maintained and managed by the Trump Organization through their accounting department. It was not part of the Trump Organization's actual business records. It's not what they would use for tax purposes. It's not what they would use to show company performance. It has been wholly separate. They're saying that these are false entries in the Trump Organization business records, which is simply not true. These are, if you want to say that they're physical copies or that they're scanned copies, they are maintained by the Trump Organization as a matter of fact of maintaining an account. And the way this would work is like, money goes in, money goes out. There's checks, there's invoices. They're maintaining that, but it's not part of their Trump Organization. That's very important. And then here he admits this.
The outer oval, you see everything that she set up this meeting between Trump and Michael Cohen. And a key part seems to be him confirming the details of that conversation. Do you expect we're going to learn more about that tomorrow?
The details of Michael's reaction to a sitting president of the United States in the Oval Office, writing a check from his personal checking account, which, by the way, we put on TV on February 27th, personal checking account, which, by the way, we put on TV, writing a check from his personal checking account.
Now, I don't know how you escape that. I really hope Trump's lawyers understand this. I think they do because they were arguing. So what I'm referencing is this pretrial motion that Bragg had forward, and they said that there was of no legal significance between the personal account and the Trump Organization account because the records ended up being there. They were not created though by the Trump Organization, which is required by the statute. So in a pretrial motion, essentially a summary judgment, they completely eliminated the defense for them to say you don't even have the first crime. You don't even have a bookkeeping because it's not business records. It's personal records. And then they want to quibble over legal expenses, legal fees, legal services. Well, I'm pretty sure an expense or a reimbursement falls under expense. They want to say it's legal services. Well, he executed a contract for a non-disclosure agreement. And then you have the only thing they can really lean on is, well, Michael Cohen got charged for this. But did he though? Because they purposely overcharged him. And I believe they also decided, and it wasn't until 2021 that the FEC and the Biden DOJ under Merrick Garland decided to try to fine AMI and David Pecker for the $30,000 doorman and the $150,000 Karen McDougal payment as an FEC violation, and it was a fine. Hillary Clinton's was a fine, even though there was obstruction there. So Cohen, if you want to say it, it should have been a fine. It could have been a fine too, and it was fine, but they threw in a Title 18 charge to it because he was the principal of the LLC that he set up to facilitate the hush money payment. So that's how they kind of weave that in there. But I didn't know how they were getting there. And apparently Whitaker didn't as well. But then there's another thing about this. He was coerced to go along with this because of this reason right here.
That he finally said so, and taking the penalty for not, in a sworn statement to a judge, admitting to a crime that, as he said to me, I lied about a lie. Now it's time for him to clear the air. His criminal defense lawyer said he was coerced, and now he told the truth.
He cleared the air in the 20 seconds.
Oh, sorry, it was just before that.
I've asked him about this, but
Indict you, we will indict the prosecutor.
Tomorrow.
Let me say it plainly. I was there when he was forced to plead guilty on a Friday night. The prosecutor said, you have till Monday morning, or we won't only indict you, we will indict your wife for tax fraud. And the notebook that he kept of all of his records in a bank account right in his building isn't criminal tax fraud. So he knew at the time he was being overcharged. He was a victim. At that point in time, Mr. Trump wasn't being charged. And then when he finally had a chance to say he was coerced into doing that, he finally said so, and taking the penalty for not, in a sworn statement to a judge.
So the bottom line is that it proves that Cohen was the goat that they used against Trump.
Yes, I believe this is one of the many. This was probably like an insurance thing because they knew that Mueller report was kind of floundering. And it actually did. We know that Bill Barr. So Bill Barr shut down this scheme because they were going to further this investigation and go after Trump, and I believe try to use it to impeach him with, because this would have been a high crime or misdemeanor, right? They would have had an actual crime. But Bill Barr saw it, knocked it down. Then I believe that then he knocked down the Mueller report, and then what were they left with? Nothing ahead of the 2020 election. So there we go, Ukraine phone call bullshit.
This brings into the picture the fire at the Trump Tower, which was then the raid on Cohen's office.
Mm-hmm.
So it's putting the squeeze on Cohen to then use him later on, a la now.
Well, I think they try to use him then, and they're using him now. I think both.
But it was interesting that he pleaded being overcharged because they threatened his family. We also heard that with Flynn, remember?
Exactly. Yep, with his son.
Right.
So it was because, and I would venture that he probably didn't tell his wife. So she was on, because she's probably on with the house, with the home equity line of credit loan, and then he probably did the paperwork for it. Maybe didn't tell her about it, and so so that's why she could have been charged because she was involved with the ownership of the account or the obtaining of it.
All right. Well, let me I want to get more into this here in a second, but we have to take care of our sponsors here before we go too much further. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we could jump back in. Our first sponsor today is Earth Garden Botanicals, earthgardenbotanicals.com, run by our friend Jolene up in Montana, making amazing wellness products like the white pine needle extract, the concentrate version of the sunshine and pine needle tea that you all love so much. Great for detoxing. And then there's the elderberry tonic that pairs well with that to boost the immune system. A great way to nip anything you feel coming on right in the bud. So I highly recommend pairing those two together, keeping them in the medicine cabinet. Then there's the CBD products, which are absolutely amazing. CBD oil tinctures. All the ingredients for these are locally and organically grown on small Montana farms. Amazing flavors like orange ginger bergamot, huckleberry, cinnamon bliss, cherry. Even the unflavored is very, very pleasant because the product is so clean and pure. There's CBD oil for pets. You have Delta 8 R&R nighttime gummies to help you get a good night's sleep. And of course, the topical cream, the Arnica Sal for your sore joints and muscles. You can get that with or without CBD infused. Check out the fire cider. The fire cider is great for clearing your sinuses. It can be very helpful this time of year. As many of you I know are dealing with allergies as the pollen gets up into the air. So if you're feeling stuffed up, having trouble breathing through your nose, the fire cider can offer some quick and easy relief. I mentioned the Sunshine and Pine Needle tea. There's a few other tea blends to choose from as well. If you're a tea drinker, you might want to go and take a look at those. And of course, the Critter Juice, all natural insect repellent, keeping the mosquitoes and bugs off you this summer. It's all natural. It smells good. It doesn't feel oily and gross on your skin. Most importantly, it's incredibly effective. I swear by this product. Out on the golf course, outside, walking around the neighborhood, whatever I'm doing outside, Critter Juice is always part of it because mosquitoes attack me like no other. But this stuff has really been a game changer for me, absolute game changer for me. It works incredibly well. Go check out all these amazing products and use promo code 412 at checkout. Get yourself 10% off your order. And yeah, 412, something is wrong with your stream on the web version and the web app. Neither one is working. Brave browser. Try a different browser, Timberjet, and let me know if that helps. Anybody else out there having issues on Pilled?
I'm on Brave right now. It's fine.
It's fine. It might be something to your local network there, Timberjet. I don't even know if Timberjet can hear me or not, if they're having issues, but yeah, I don't know. Mine's running fine on my end here. Granted, I'm not using the Brave browser, but I would say try a different browser or yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm guessing you already tried to refresh the page, clear your cache, all those little things. And I'll keep an eye out to see if anyone else is having issues, but I haven't seen anybody else say anything. So I hope you're able to fix that up. All right, our other sponsor today is Integral Networks. IntegralNetworks.com is a third-party IT provider located up in the Northwest. They serve the entire country. They're amazing patriots, and they do an amazing job helping businesses of all sizes save time, effort, and money on their IT systems using many different services. They can help you with cybersecurity, data backup, and recovery. If you have a big commercial network, you need to install complex devices like Cisco devices, which is not easy to do. I've actually have some experience trying to do that in another lifetime ago. They can help walk you through that process, which will be a real godsend for you. And then they also have a really cool product called the Integral Secure Workspace. Basically, what that allows you to do as an administrator is set up a virtual desktop for your users to log in and do their work in a virtual environment on a secure Integral server. So this offers a few different advantages to you as an IT administrator. One, you can manage all software and applications centrally, so you can install what needs to be installed, keep it all up to date, make sure all your users are on the same versions of all the software they need to be on, without having to deal with any of that on their local machines. The other major advantage, and I think probably the most important advantage, would be the fact that your company data remains secure and on the server rather than living locally on all your users' hard drives. Since they're just logging in and doing their work on a virtual environment, that data can stay put. So you don't have to really worry as much about what they might be doing with their machines in their personal time, and who might be able to access that data on their personal machines. So it again offers a couple of different advantages, and they do a lot more too. Basically, anything you would expect a help desk to handle in an office environment, Integral Networks comes in and helps with that. And you don't have to build out all the infrastructure, the office space, all the hiring and management of a whole nother team and department. Basically, all you got to do is pick up the phone, call 916-758-9467, or go to integralnetworks.com, hit up the contact us page, drop them a line, let them know 412 sent you, and they will get you started. They'll figure out where they can fit in and how they can help you and your business run more smoothly from an IT perspective. So please go check out all of our sponsors, and big thank you today to Integral Networks and Earth Garden Botanicals for their sponsorship. Guys, again, please hit that red pill button, repost the show, share the links, hit that thumbs up wherever you're watching, all those little things that go a long way. Scott, you dropped this video of Michael Cohen in our Zoom chat here. You referenced it as we were getting started. So I want to play this and then get your thoughts on, the stuff that Pinata and Tien were discussing here prior to the sponsors. We can continue on with the Alvin Bragg case here. Here we go.
My name is Michael Cohen, and for years, I was the personal lawyer for a notoriously bad man.
Michael Cohen.
Michael Cohen.
Michael Cohen. Trump lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen.
I fixed his problems, both professional and personal, gaining power, wealth, and notoriety for myself in the process. And I paid the price for it.
President Trump's longtime personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, is going to jail.
Michael Cohen left his apartment and then headed to federal prison.
The judge has just sentenced Michael Cohen to 36 months.
Since then, I've been on a journey of redemption, working to set things right with my family, my friends, my country, speaking truth to power and calling it like I see it. In my books, Disloyal and Revenge, and on my podcast, Mea Culpa. But now I'm paying it forward, wielding the tools that I've learned for regular people in trouble. The little guy doesn't usually have access to people with my particular set of skills. But that's all about to change. I'll work with you, offering expertise, advice, and solutions to fix your problem. Together, we'll change your life. I am your fixer.
Holy hell, you have to be desperate to call Michael Cohen to fix your problems.
You know what I didn't hear in that? The 2 words, pro bono.
Yeah, right?
Dude, I don't know what fantasy land this man lives in. But have you guys actually watched one of his TikTok lives? Because I have.
I've seen portions of them.
I downloaded the app a couple months ago and they were trying to ban it just to have an account out there. And as I found out later on, like the rest of the world did, Cohen's doing TikTok live streams, and I'm just watching this guy do the fucking heart things and get all the flowers and the roses, and I'm just watching this guy wear the t-shirts that he was wearing. Man, it's pure entertainment. And this guy, he believes he's creating a following. I think they even say that on the media. It's almost like he's trying to be Trump in a way. And he's on this redemption tour, and I think he wants to run for Congress. I think that's what he's telling his audience. And what you guys just saw there, from what I've heard, that is his pitch to networks for a reality TV show, for him to be the guy with a particular set of skills. Whatever the hell that means. But I just thought that was absolutely hilarious, man. Especially that he's taking the stand today. So there you go.
Have you been following today what's come out of the courtroom with him at all, Scott? Like, have you gotten any analysis or any insight into how he's done?
Not so much today. Usually Sundays and Mondays I kind of unplug, and then Monday night I'll gather like the happenings of the day. I haven't gotten too much into Cohen today, but from the few clips that I've seen, everyone's saying it's a disaster so far. But I'm sure it's only going to get worse. Just like Stormy Daniels was absolutely horrible all last week. So that's as far as I got today.
Okay. I know Donald Trump is supposed to be going live here in a few minutes to speak outside the courtroom, like once it wraps up. So I'll keep an eye out to see if there's if that pops up on Twitter anywhere. But yeah, so he's testifying and not going particularly well, I'm guessing, but who knows. Pinata, Tien, do you guys have anything else you want to add about the case? Because I kind of cut you a little bit short to get the sponsors in. I want to make sure you got everything you wanted to say or cover out there.
Well, I think Trump said it at the rally. He says, I'm being charged with bullshit. So it pretty much wraps it up. It's a shit show. And that video from Cohen was, cringe is right. What Scott said, it just oozed shyster lawyer. It just oozed it, and not because of what we know of him. I try to divest myself from that, but it's like his self promotion and his New Yorkish accent, and not to disparage New York accents, but it's like it came across as shyster, you know, the low end of the run mafia families consigliere. That's what he came across as.
Often says, I think Stormy Daniels could fix my problems better than Cohen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty
He
funny.
clogs the pipe, she cleans them.
Well, let me ask this. At the rally, did Donald Trump say anything that would have violated his gag order?
No, unfortunately. We were all cheering it on that he would, though. We were having that debate on my show on Saturday. Do we want to see Donald Trump in jail? And I said yes. I would love to see Trump in jail because he's already a legend in my opinion already. But at this point, let's just certify that. Throw the man in jail.
Do you think this judge Scott actually has the cojones to do it? Like, if he were to violate the gag order, let's say 2 or 3 more times, and just right in your face, right? Do you think that he would actually have the balls to throw him in jail? Like,
House arrest, I'd say, not jail.
I think it's a major bluff, personally.
I agree, dude. I think this judge has been given some jurisdiction on how parameters of how far he can take this. I think he's doing exactly what the Biden administration wants him to do. The smear campaign was there. I mean, you saw it when I saw Alina Habba talking about this when they were doing cross-examination of Stormy, that the judge Merchant was like annoyed with them that they weren't objecting more to the allowance of Stormy's testimony. And she's like, that alone, she says, shows how much this is also screwed up, because she's describing lawyers and the cases and how it's an art, and you have to be able to read the room, read the juries. And the Trump's lawyers were baffled, apparently, because the judge was allowing Stormy basically just to smear Trump with things that had nothing to do with the case. And she's like, we got blind. She's not on the case, but the lawyers that are, they're basically blindsided. And she's like, if you constantly object and object and object, and Merchant's just overruling you, it looks bad to a jury. So the Trump lawyers, the Trump's defense, they're caught in a very, very bad situation because of this judge. So it's so much of that. And then on top of that, it's like, let's go back to your question. Does he have the cojones to do it? I think they will just do enough to not have that happen, because I think they saw what happened with the mugshot. That's literally the shirt I'm wearing now. What that did. And if you're gonna, even if you even if Trump had an ankle monitor picture, dude, I mean, you're just making him more likable and more lovable to people. So I think they're gonna get close. And I mean, I think Trump's goaded him enough, right? I'm all for it, but that was one of the main talking points going to the weekend out of with the rally. Is he just gonna unleash on Stormy, call her RB meat curtains, and like go fucking ham and just go crazy on Cohen, right? And he didn't do it. And you know what? I don't think he has to. Selfishly, we would all love it, right? Yeah. But Trump doesn't have to, dude. All these cases, they're working exactly the way Trump wants them to go. So I'm sure he's annoyed. But I do like that a lot of other Republicans are now showing up to the court in New York with him. I think JD Vance and a few others are actually there now and watching this go down. So, because I was wondering for a long time, like, where the hell are these Republicans, that are unified behind Trump, and none of these motherfuckers are even at the court case, at least one. So man, it's great. And dude, put the ankle monitor on if that's where they're gonna go. Please do it.
Absolutely. Let me go to Pinata because you jumped off mute a bit ago. Pinata, what else do you got for us on this?
All right. So the big thing about being a personal bank account that's managed by Trump organization, that's a big thing. That gets rid of the first charge. And then the second charge, as far as they keep trying to insinuate, and it comes down to this charge that Cohen pled guilty to, and then they said was a campaign finance violation for AMI and David Pecker through the Biden administration. So, but it's clear from both Barr and from Whitaker that this charge was not warranted.
And so I think he has been had an axe to grind, and that will come out certainly, if not on direct, then on cross. But you know, a lot of people are saying there's no crime, there's been no facts that allege a crime. And remember, it's not just showing that that Donald Trump, falsified business records. He had to do it intentionally to cover up another crime, and not just have the effect of covering up another crime. And I think that's that's a place where the prosecution's not going to be able to get to. And the Southern District of New York, who prosecuted Michael Cohen, who added this really superfluous FEC violation, which I disagreed with at the time when I was Attorney General, they are the ones that didn't prosecute Donald Trump, and for good reason, because Michael Cohen is your only witness that can give you the facts necessary to prove this. And
Excuse
Michael
me
Cohen
1 second.
has
We
no
just
credibility.
saw the former president, Donald Trump, walk in. He gave a thumbs up there. They're going back in. This was a short break. So shortly from now, excuse me, Matt, they'll resume the trial. Michael Cohen, as far as we know, is still on the stand, and we have the recording. So we're gonna tee that up next, but I want you to finish your thought, Matt.
No, my only point is this throwaway Southern District charge against Michael Cohen was really used to politically damage by the Southern District of New York, the president at the time. It was done in sort of at the last second, right before his plea was going to be made public, and he was going to go into court and plead, and it added nothing to his sentence. So it was completely superfluous to the underlying case against Michael Cohen and really his frauds and lying.
So there you go. That was the missing piece that I was looking for. So I've been looking at his charges. I was like, I'm looking at the charging documents. All I can do is look at that, look at the statutes that they charged him with, and make my own determination. But I'm glad that we finally got the answer from Barr, but he was there after he already pled. But now we have an answer from Whitaker, who was there when he pled. So they added it last minute. They did it in order for, and they made him to agree to it so that his wife wouldn't be charged. So, I mean, this guy is just the worst witness you could have up there as far as like the motivations behind this. Of course, he now has to say that this is the story and say that, he did it at the direction of Trump, or that even if he did. But the thing is, it's not illegal. He pled to something that was not illegal in order to save his wife and to have a reduced sentence.
Whole thing is just
essentially they set him up.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. They used him, and then he's mad that Trump didn't pardon him.
And then for being an attorney that is claiming to be the fixer, he's pretty not that savvy to know he's being set up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's the thing about not pardoning him. I mean, how is he going to pardon him for the stuff that he did? That was actual criminal,
right?
So.
Well, but again, here's the weird part: is like how for Cohen to expect I guess he's expecting Trump to do the Clinton approach, but that would implicate Trump if Trump would have pardoned him.
Yeah, exactly.
Beyond the Clintons, but I don't think Trump would have done it, or obviously he didn't.
I have Trump's statement here. He just gave it a few minutes ago. Let's take a listen to this. He just came out.
I mean, just to conclude, Adel, I mean, we know that there's no first crime. We know there's no second crime, and we know that everything that they're saying is sensational, is irrelevant, and then we know that paying a non-disclosure agreement is not a campaign finance contribution. We know pretty much, since they will not allow the defense to have an expert on campaign finance, that they understand this whole thing is not a campaign finance issue. So as far as I've looked at this thing, as much detail as we have, they still have nothing. And for them to rest sometime this week after whoever they have after Cohen, and they still haven't articulated the crime, it's going to be something else that we'll have to see how the defense handle this moving forward. But I feel like they're in a really good position.
Very cool. All right, let's hear what Donald Trump had to say today. Coming out, this was live 4:29, so 14 minutes ago.
To the cameras, and he is now going to speak. Let's listen together.
They chose to show up. They view this as a scam. I think it's a terrible thing that's happening to democracy in this country, and we have a lot of them that want to come. I say just stay back and pass lots of laws to stop things like this. J.D. Vance, what's going on in that courtroom is a threat to democracy, and we cannot have a country where we get to prosecute your political opponent instead of persuading voters. A.G. Byrd, as you know, very highly respected from Iowa. Let the American people decide who the next leader of the free world will be. Politics has absolutely no place in this courtroom. This is all politics. Andy McCarthy, great legal analyst, said none of this is illegal. There's nothing illegal. It's called politics. There's nothing illegal. A lot of people say that. They're all saying that. The only person who won't say it is the judge, because it's a rigged deal. He's conflicted. You got to check that out. There's no crime. Leo Terrell, up until right now, there's not a single shred of evidence that President Trump participated in a crime of either falsifying records or hiding a campaign or state or federal finance charge. None of it. There's been absolutely nothing. Look, they're doing great. You know why they're doing great? They've kept me here for 3.5, 4 weeks instead of campaigning. And yet we still have the best poll numbers. Just came out in the New York Times, as we discussed before. Mark Levin, let me put this as succinctly as possible. There's no crime, state or federal, with which to link Donald Trump or anyone else. This is a case looking for a legal basis. There is none. There is no crime. It's Mark Levin. Again, J.D. Vance, to the American voters who are watching this, the one opportunity you get to speak up against this sham prosecution and to say the American people should elect a president, not use corrupt DNC prosecutors to help them get elected, which is exactly what they're doing. Andy McCarthy, again, Bragg, has no authority to enforce federal law. The NDA payments were not campaign expenditures under federal law. That's why the FEC and DOJ, which do have exclusive authority to enforce federal law, took absolutely no action against Trump. They took no action against me. They looked at it, they said it's fine. The only one that did is Soros-backed DA Bragg, who turned down the case. By the way, he turned down the case, and it could have been brought 6 years ago, 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago. They bring it right in the middle of my presidential campaign. Bragg. He said we had no case. You know, if you go back, take a look at your earlier records. When he came into office, he turned it down and he was angry because of what took place. When he saw that they were going to use this scam, he was angry. Even Michael Smirkanish of CNN, a person 4 or 5 weeks into a trial ought to be told exactly that which they're being prosecuted for, and that hasn't happened. You know why it happened? Because it didn't happen for one very simple reason, because there is no crime. Here's Mark Thiessen. I don't think things are going very well for the prosecution in the court of law. And in the court of public opinion, they're doing even worse. Matt Whitaker, another day at trial, and they're keeping the president off the campaign trail. Byron York on the hush money trial, which is not hush money. Majority of voters in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan say Trump cannot get a fair trial. That's too bad. That's really too bad. Andy McCarthy, again, Bragg knows that exactly what he's doing. It's improper, completely political case. Maybe Judge Mershon is having second thoughts. They haven't come to close to proving, they have not come close to proving fraud or that any fraud has taken place. There's no fraud here. There's no crime.
I have a question. Does it violate his gag order if he reads something that somebody else wrote that might be in violation? Go ahead, Scott.
I don't think so, because that's what his tactic has been now for a while. And Drunk Now, I can verify that too with me. He's been basically reading quotes from all kinds of news outlets as of late.
Yeah, but the gag order prohibits him from that. But the thing, notice what he's reading, he's not talking about the jurors or the judges or the witnesses.
So he's made about the judge being conflicted. I don't know where the gag order starts.
Yeah, but it's judge's family.
Right.
That's what the gag order was pointing to. So
because the daughter and the Soros money.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I've noticed him doing this too.
He's dancing. He's dancing on the gag order. He's referencing it, but I think he's right up to the line. Let's put it from that perspective.
Okay. Yeah, because I've noticed him doing this too, where he's pulling out quotes from different media entities and reading them rather than just kind of going off and speaking off the cuff like we're used to. That has to be part of the strategy here. At least give him some, benefit of the doubt when it comes to how the judge is going to handle that.
He's getting under their skin. The other thing is he's purposely getting under their skin. This aspect of things is by him doing that to the media, he's getting under their skin because they're trying to stop him from talking.
Yeah.
And this is the itch they can't scratch.
I love it. The itch. That's so true. It's a good way of putting it. All right, there's 3 minutes left. We'll just barrel through this last 3 minutes here.
Weeks of keeping me from not campaigning. Jonathan Turley. Can't imagine any competent lawyer would not be embarrassed by what has happened in this courtroom. This day is truly going to go down as a day of infamy for the New York legal system, which is true. The whole world is laughing now at the New York weaponized legal system. Watching this unfold in that courtroom as a lawyer is really deeply disturbing. They keep on referring to these documents. The documents don't move the ball. The documents show that the NDA and a payment that is not in dispute, this is Jonathan Turley. They're not unlawful, and as a federal campaign contribution, there is absolutely no problem. There's no problem here. You know, the FEC wrote this off. The FEC, the Elections Commission, Federal Elections Commission, they looked at this years ago, and they took a pass. They said there's no problem here. Tim Scott, objective is to keep Trump off the campaign trail. That's all they're trying to do, keep him off the campaign trail. Here's the New York Times that just came out a little while ago, where we're leading in every state, the 5 key states, we're leading very substantially, I might add. So it's really a very sad day for the country. It's sad for New York. I mean, New York, that a judge who's highly conflicted at a level that nobody's seen before can possibly, just think of it, and you should go out and check it out. But we have a corrupt judge, and we have a judge who's highly conflicted, and he's keeping me from campaigning. He's an appointed New York judge. He's appointed. You know who appointed him? Democrat politicians. He's appointed. He's a corrupt judge, and he's a conflicted judge, and he ought to let us go out and campaign and get rid of this scam. Every single legal analyst, even CNN, even MSDNC, they're saying there's no case here. Thank you very much.
What's the next time?
All right, so there you go. Donald Trump making a statement outside the courtroom, really reading a bunch of other people's statements, and like Tien said, walking right up to the line of the gag order. Any other thoughts on anything Trump said or this case before we go to a quick little break and go exclusively to pilled.net, guys?
Well, I'll do my parting comments at this related to this. Put what he did there in contrast to the New Jersey rally, and the aspect of he's complaining, and I'm not disputing his complaint, but put it into context of him going out there and saying, they're not letting me campaign, they're not letting me campaign, this is ridiculous, they're not letting me campaign, and he draws 100,000 people in New Jersey, which has never been done in a political campaign event before, ever. I find it interesting in that I don't find fault in it. I find the juxtaposition so funny because in a way, listen, Biden can't draw an outhouse full of people. And Trump is out there in a trial complaining about not being able to campaign, and he draws 100,000 people. That's the message. He's using it's advertisement, in my opinion, obviously. It's advertisement to the perfect degree here. He's complaining about not being able to sell his product, yet he's selling it to more people than ever.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tien.
And with that, I'm bid you adieu for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Scott.
See you later, Tian.
Bye, Piñata.
Bye.
Later, Tian. Have a good night, man. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
All right, there he goes, Mr. Tennessee Homesteader. Scott, did you have any other thoughts on the case or Donald Trump's comments?
The only thing I wanted to ask is does Donald Trump plan on taking the stand in this case? I heard that he might, but I don't know if that was true or not, or if they even really need him to.
I heard that he was willing to.
Yeah,
I remember something coming out that he would be willing to if necessary, but I don't know how that would play. I mean, I guess that'd be up to his lawyers probably to like read the jury and figure out if that would be a net positive or negative in the way they perceive him.
Yeah, that's why I was curious, because I saw what due diligence said in the chat, and kind of like what you're talking about with this judge being bluffing on all this and doing just enough to have the smear campaign against Trump. I liked his prediction of this whole thing's going to be a hung jury and nothing's going to happen, but the accomplishment of the negative optics for Trump is really what they're going for here, and keeping him off the campaign trail. So if I had a prediction, I definitely I agree with due diligence on that one. So that's why I was curious if his lawyers think it's necessary for him to go on and defend himself, because I think you're right, dude. I think I heard him say in one of those little press conferences that he said if he's willing, he's definitely willing to do it. I just don't know if that would hurt him or help him in this case, but I guess that's something they're going to have to figure out as they go.
The only part that I think opens them up is that they can bring in, because of the other cases, they'll try to bring up the Letitia James fraud case and say, well, look at all this other fraud, so why wouldn't he be lying about these records? That's the only thing that could pretty much hurt him, and one of the reasons why they wanted to bring that case too.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. Well, we are now going to be going exclusively over to pill.net for hour number 2 of the show. Scott's going to hang out with us for about another 25 minutes or so until he goes live at 5:30 on his channel. And we got plenty more to get into here. So hop on over to pill.net. There are links available in the Rumble description down below the Rumble stream for those of you guys watching over there. We got a good crowd of over 500 of you on Rumble today. So please come on over and spend hour number 2 with us. I put the link in the Rumble live chat as well to make it super easy. I'm going to throw it over into the D live chat as well. And if for whatever reason you can't get to those links, it's real simple. Just go to pill.net in your browser. You can see all the live channels at the top of the screen on mobile. To the left on desktop, you'll see all the thumbnails there. We are 412 Productions, or you just search 412 Productions in the search bar. A little black and gold thumbnail. So please come over and hang out with us for hour number 2. I'm going to play a quick video. We'll come back on the other side. Officially say goodbye to our other platforms, and then we will read your gold pill chats. There's been a handful of those piling up that I want to get to, so feel free to add to that pile if you'd like to, and then yeah, we'll continue on with our conversation with Scott and continue on with a bunch of other stuff here I've pulled aside. So we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Pill.net is proud to host 412 Productions exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pill.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family. And if you have any questions at all, please email support@pill.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on pill.net. Free speech lives here.
All right, we are back. Big we love you. Thank you to everybody out there jumping over to pill.net from the other platforms. We really appreciate you guys who all do that. Again, the link is down below in the Rumble description. I put it in the live chat as well. Or again, go to pill.net and find us at 412 Productions. We are going to go for another 60 minutes over there. But this is where we say goodbye to the other platforms. So if you're not popping over, if this is the end of the show for you today, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time for another installment of Deplorable Discussion. So hope to see you guys then. But for now, we'll catch you guys on the next one. So head over to pill.net and we'll see you over there.